Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to go over how to maneuver on the exchange and making a better decision when buying cryptocurrency. The example I'm going to use today is ADA, and we're going to go over what everything is here and how you can use it to make a better decision when you want to buy and or sell your crypto. I'm not going to get deep. I'm not a trader, but I do use this method and it helps me out. And I'm going to pass it along to you. And then if you need to do more research, I suggest you do. If you want to trade, do day trading, or just to have more information, just go for it. There's tons of information on YouTube on trading, graphs, Fibonacci, moving averages, and such. So on the far left here, this is the market prices. This is where the market price comes in at. This is where this price here in the center, in between the green and the red, is mainly based off. So people in the red, those are your market prices. Those are the people who are selling at a particular price. Right? So the far left is a particular price they want, the amount of ADA that's being sold, and the value of it at that price. Underneath in the green, these are the buy orders. These are the people who are willing to buy. They're hoping that people who have ADA will sell to them at these prices. And if anybody from the sell area takes their ADA, or somebody just comes in and takes some ADA to sell, immediately into the green is called dumping. And that's when you have flash crashes and so forth, because people will just start selling. Some are panic sells, bot sells. So I may have a bot sell my ADA in the event that the price starts to lower to a certain percentage or value. And then I can have the bot automatically sell, or I can have what's called a stop limit order set to sell a particular price in the event that the price reaches, whatever I deem fit to sell at. So for example, let's say that ADA goes from 34 cents and I have it sitting on the exchange. I have a stop limit order at 31 cents, right? Because I'm fearful that it'll go from 34 cents down to 31 is too much of a drop for me. Then I can have the stop limit set to dump everything at 29 cents, and I'll catch all the buy orders between 31 and 39. And if I have a lot of ADA, it would definitely affect the price and cause what's known as a flash crash. Or multiple people having ADA and selling at those prices will cause a flash crash. So example of that is what's being shown here when it went from 37 cents, almost 38 cents, and then flash crashed in hours all the way down to 28. But then it moved up immediately. The buyers came back, and they called these the bulls, and they came back and bought. When it crashes, it's called bears. The bears come in and they sell, and they lower the price down to a lower value. Then the bulls will come in and raise the price back up. But we are in a bull market. I don't believe we're in a bear market yet. There's a good chance that these prices will continue to increase. There's going to be some instability. It is cryptocurrency. We are in a small community in comparison to the stock market or any other market. So we know what's going on the left. In the center here, this is the trend. The buying trend, the selling trend. And then these lines here are considered moving averages. And in this case, is a 7-day, 25-day, and a 99-day. So the 7 days is the closest. When this reaches above all the other trend lines, this is good for us. When this trend line, the 7 days below all of them, that's not a good look. When these two lines intermingle but stay above the longest trend line, which in this case is a 99-day, it's okay. It can signify something, but doesn't always mean that it's bad. But once they're both underneath the longest trend line, that's not always a good look. But what you do want to see is that the shortest trend line is starting to approach the longest trend line and hopefully go above it. All right, in this case, ADA is trying to attempt to go back up. Right, the bulls are trying to buy, but the bears are keeping it underneath. But over here, it looks like it may break out. Down here, these bars down underneath, these are considered volume. So this is the volume, the number of ADA that's purchased, and in this case, per hour. As you can see, the volume starting to diminish somewhat. That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. We're not too certain right now, but what is an indication of stuff is the trend in the volume. So right now, we're a little bit on the overbought side, but the trend is saying that there's a possibility that we can go back into the green, that people are buying more ADA. On the far right, these are all the assets that Binance USA has to offer. Most of them are in USD, then they have USD Tether, and then they have BTC. Not too many options in BTC, not too many pairs there. Most of the pairs are in USD. That way it's easier for US customers to understand what's going on in the exchange versus having the pairs BTC, and people will get a little bit confused and flustered as to what they're buying, how they're buying it, the value of it, and so forth. Then underneath that, that's the trade history for the particular crypto asset that you're watching. Gives you an idea of what's going on here. So are there more people buying, or are there more people dumping the amount of ADA? And that's what you want to look at. So right here is the price on the far left. In the middle is the amount, and then the time. The time is important because it shows you the frequency of buying and selling. So you can try and figure out, is there more frequent buys or are there more frequent dumping, meaning that the sellers are pushing into the buyers, right? Falling to the buyer's price. In this case, the volume of the amount being pushed into the buyer's market is minimal in comparison. As you can see, price fell a little bit more, fell more, then it rose back up. Try to dump back in, it's risen back. And it starts to rise right back up, as you can see. In these two windows here, underneath the trend graphs, you have the buy and sell options. So if you want to limit, you're going to set a price that you want to buy at. The limit, it's your limit. You're not going any higher or any lower than that. It's also the same option on the sell. You're not going any higher, any lower than the price you want to sell at. Then you have your amount. If you have funds in your account, you can use the percentage to buy 25%, 50%, 75% of it, or 100%. That's up to you. Right? And then it will tell you the total cost to you. Same thing for the sell. So if I wanted to sell the ADA that I have at 25%, I would make some funds, and then total value at 100% would show me exactly how much I would get in USD for selling all of the ADA I have sitting on the exchange. Down below that, you're going to have open orders and my 24-hour order history. So open orders are your orders that you have sitting on the exchange to either buy or sell cryptocurrency. And they'll show you what you have there, the pair, the type, the price, and it'll also give you a percentage of purchase or sold that's completed so thus far. So that means if you have 100 ADA and you trying to buy 100 ADA, it will give you a percentage either way. So if you sold 25% of the ADA, it'll tell you sold 25% with a remainder of 75%. And if you tried to purchase 100 ADA, but you only purchased 25, it'll just let you know that you only purchased 25 at the time. There's a remainder of 75 ADA you need to complete the open order. Once you have an open order complete, you'll go down to my order history. And your order history will show you that you have what you have, completed purchase. Right? And there will be nothing here in open orders. Open orders will be closed. So open orders only for anything you have open that's not complete. Right? So now, I'm talking about trends at the RSI, which is considered the relative strength index. This gives us an idea of the purchasing trend and selling trend. Right? So when it goes underneath, this is oversold. There's a good chance it's going to go back up. So when this line in particular is colored here is purple, the other one is yellow. When this purple line is above the yellow, that's a good sign to a degree, but you don't want to follow that. When the purple line starts to cross under the yellow and you're looking to buy, you want to wait for the most optimal time to purchase. So in this case, it would have been here, but actually would be at the cross. So when this crosses and it's underneath, it's in the oversold area, is your best time to buy. And it's a good indication that it's a good time to buy because it's starting to cross back over the yellow, right? That means the trend is your friend. It's going to go back up. And then you may want to sell at this point, right? Because there's a good chance it's going to go down and you can go back into the oversold area. But your actual prime time to sell would be here when it crosses back underneath for the first time. So it crosses back underneath here and you watch it if you're trading. There are way better ways to use these graphs. This is what I use. I don't get too deep into it. I'm not a trader, but this is what indicates to me when is a good time for me to buy my cryptocurrency and when is a good time to sell it. All right. You don't want to FOMO in. You don't want to buy ADA at 37 cents, almost 38 cents here, and then look what happens. It dumps. Right. You want to buy it at 28 cents, which was right here. Right. But the safest time to buy it would have been right around here, at which point ADA was about 30 cents. You lost profit in 2 pennies? That's true, but at the time it rose to its highest peak so far was 35, almost 36 cents. You would have gained a 6 cents profit. Still good. This is just my opinion. I'm not telling you or giving you any financial advice. Just giving you an idea how to use the exchanges. You can get more in depth on how to use these exchanges and the best ways to use them if you start to do more research. I'm just giving you a little bit of what I know. Okay, and then you can also use the times to help you understand In minutes, the buying, selling trend, that's the 1 minute. Most traders use the 15 and 30 minute, right? Because it gives you a little bit more information. As you can see, you see how things change. So this is the average buy and selling trend within 30 minutes. I like to stay on the 1 hour, and I like to watch the 4 hour as well. Right? You see how different the graphs are? It gives you a better idea of what you're doing over a period of time, and how to judge when is a good time to buy, when is not a good time to buy or sell. Let's go over to the 4 hour. So according to the 4 hour, we've been in the green for a little while, right? That's the momentum over 4 hours. But if we go to the 1 hour, the trend tells us something different, that we're in the red, right? We could get a little bit more deep into this. I'm not right now, just to give you a real basic understanding. I don't want to overwhelm anybody watching this video, or I don't want to mislead you into thinking something other than. But the last thing I want to do is stop limit. And the stop limit is your friend. So if you have cryptocurrency on the exchange and you want to make sure you don't lose or suffer too much, set a stop price. So the stop means that, hey, I don't want to lose any more profits. I want to sell at, say, 31. All right, I'm going to sell at 0.31. My limit is going to be 0.28. Right, and the amount of ADA I want to sell is 100%. Now, what's that going to do? That's going to sell every ADA I have up to 28 cents. Right, it's going to go as soon as it hits 31. The price of ADA hits 31 cents. It's gonna sell everything I have until it gets 28 cents. If 28 cents comes too fast, then I'll still have ADA left over. But more than likely, it will catch it. You want to set this to the lowest numbers possible. That way you catch everything in between. You can set it to 10 cents, right? But look what happens. You're going to get nervous because look how much it says your total value is. Now, that's not going to happen. You have to catch everything in between 31 and 10 cents. So this is your stop price, and you're going to sell. It's going to stop right here at 31 and start taking action to sell until it hits, again, 10 cents or whatever you set this price at. So whatever you set the stop price at is where it's going to start selling from. And it's going to stop, hit its limit at 10 cents. Again, you want to get this as low as possible so that way you can maximize your profits or save your profits or your funds so you don't lose as much as possible. As you can see in the sell window, look at the volume of buys, right? And the amount of money that's willing to be spent. And you count this up from here to here, it's over $100,000. So just to give you an idea of what to do to protect your funds if you have them on exchange and you're scared that a dump may happen. Set your stop limit and then protect yourself. In the opposite, if you have funds on the exchange and you want to set a stop limit, you can buy, right? You can set your stop limit to buy. Stop at this price. When the price hits this, then buy all the way until the limit is hit. Okay? And that works as well. Again, that's up to you to set whatever you're comfortable with, and you can use a stop limit in reverse to buy at one price until you hit the limit, and then it stops, right? And then you could put a percentage in of how much. So if you had like $5,000 and you only want to use, $1,200, set at 25%, and that's it. All right. If you have any questions for me about this in any way, come over to our Telegram group at Blackstar Pool TG, or give me a call, and if I can help you, I'll help you. Again, I'm not a trader. I'm not a professional trader. I'm only showing you what I do that helps me out in making better decisions when I'm buying my cryptocurrency. My name is Rich, owner and operator of Blackstar Stake Pool. If you need to contact me, please come over to blackstarpool.com. Go to the Contact Us tab, scroll down, and there's various forms of contact. If you want to support the channel, please delegate the Blackstar Stake Pool 1 and or 2, and I appreciate it very much. All right? And various forms of social media you can use to contact me as well is Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Telegram. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Blackstar, we are the light in the darkness. Peace out.